This is a place where football is more than a result. And like I always ask you guys, it costs nothing, $0 to like the like button and share the share button. Yes, guys. So yesterday, City played Liverpool, and for those of you who thought that City was gonna lay dead, you had another guess coming. I mean, as an Arsenal fan, it's not the result that we would have hoped for, but at the end of the day, City did what they had to do. They're still in a title race, and there was only one result that they needed, and that was to win. Liverpool just had just one task, guys. But like I said, this is football, and comes with the territory. So you can't blame City to do what they had to do. Cuts the lead from 9 points to 6 right now, which means game on. And Arsenal just have to focus on what we need to do for ourselves, to ensure that at the end of this season, you know what time it is. So a little pep or a little fire in our step won't hurt. So definitely, there's something I wanted to talk about, which this is not aimed at any particular club or anyone in general. But most teams out there don't want Arsenal to win. They don't want to beat Arsenal. They want to stop Arsenal. That's the difference. And for years, Arsenal rebuilt in silence, through ridicule, through failure, through seasons where even belief felt expensive. And now they're back on top of the league. And suddenly the conversation isn't about excellence. It's about sacrifice, about who can lose on purpose, about who should fall so Arsenal don't rise. And that tells you everything you need to know. This isn't fear of losing the league, it's fear of Arsenal winning. And that's what makes this title race no other than 90. And you know what's funny, or what I find interesting? For the past few seasons, Arsenal have genuinely been in the conversation. And I'm not talking hypothetically. I mean actually competing, going toe-to-toe with the likes of City and Liverpool at the very top of the English Premier League. And since the 2022-2023 season, Arsenal finished runners-up. We pushed City, stayed in the race deep into the season. And yet, I've never heard Arsenal fans or Arsenal leaning media say things like, yeah, we should just lose this game to stop another team winning the league. That mindset just never lived with Arsenal. And I'm not saying this due to the fact that Liverpool lost yesterday. Not at all. This is just something that, you hear it with Tottenham. And honestly, hearing it from Tottenham, that's understandable. Tottenham fans are more concerned with Arsenal failing than Spurs actually succeeding. That's just the reality. Dogs bark at planes flying overhead, and smaller objects orbit bigger ones. But what's shocking to me, is hearing that same conversation that fans come up with and aim it towards Liverpool. The idea that Liverpool should lose that game against Manchester City so City can catch Arsenal. And that's where it gets uncomfortable. Because this isn't some small club mentality. This is Liverpool we're talking about. This is City. These are clubs that define eras, or at least they're supposed to. And let's remember something. Liverpool waited over 30 years for their league title. And this is just for reference. When they finally won it in 2019-2020, there was no league-wide movement to stop them. No moral gymnastic, no tactical surrender disguised as strategy. They were allowed to win. So why is Arsenal different? Why is the energy no longer about winning the league? but about stopping Arsenal from winning. Now, I do know that the English Premier League is one of the hardest leagues out there. You know, you got City, who will definitely put up a fight. Arsenal have been facing obstacles from left, right, and centre from all different angles. But yet still we endured. But you ask the question, is it because Arsenal have disrupted something? They weren't supposed to come back this way? Quietly, patiently, with structure, with youth, with belief. I guess they were supposed to stay broken. But instead, Arsenal returned with intent. If half of this obsession, this urgency to block Arsenal was redirected inward, can you imagine? If it was placed into fixing their own teams, raising their own standards, demanding more from their own clubs, maybe this conversation wouldn't even exist. But Arsenal earned their place. Years of rebuilding, years of ridicule, years of stress, silence, and football depression, I can tell you. No shortcuts, no favors, no protection. And that's why when Arsenal, for one, should lift that Premier League title, it won't just be a title. It will be a release, a reckoning. Proof, guys. Because they didn't just fight teams. They fought narratives. They fought resistance. They fought the league's discomfort with their return. And guess what they did? No complaints. They kept standing. This is not an ordinary title race, guys. This is no other than any. And this is where football is more than a result. So thank you again for checking in, guys. If you like the content, please be reminded to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And comment, guys. Let's get some conversation started. Walk good. Peace. Respect. I'm out.